Welcome. Today I'm going to demo some specific XSS attacks on a vulnerable machine provided by TryHackMe based on the OWASP Juice Shop. So I deployed the machine in this virtual machine here, and I connected through VPN. And actually, after poking around, the only input field that seems to be doing something is the search field here. You notice that it returns something, sort of an image. So this reflection seemed to be working. So basically, it asks for the page part of the URL. So in this case, it should be search, I believe. I poked around that this is the only input field that actually has some results attached to it. In fact, I'm looking for the parameter part of the URL now. Q, which means query. In fact, what type of XSS is this? Reflective XSS. So basically, DOM XSS, where DOM is document object model, happens when JavaScript takes data from an attacker controllable source as the URL and passes it to things supporting dynamic code execution. Basically, this way an attacker can execute malicious JavaScript hijacking other users' accounts. So this is a good source for this concept. So this wasn't really easy, but overall I was able to understand what I was talking about. So basically, given the previous payload, we need to pop up a box basically here. So I added the on error alert here. And now it won't work, but it was working before. Anyway, my answer is correct, and this popped up before. Now I don't know why it doesn't pop up anymore, but and now you see that it pops up. Okay, weird. Let's move to stored XSS. I would say keep digging. Normally you wanna have something like a reverse shell, or it will steal the session cookie. I would say D. That was the stupidest answer here. I had the wrong parameters here, but anyway. Looks like this is not correct. It's on click, not on error. I knew that because sometimes with Nessus you see generic CGI abuses XSS for HTML. So we're now asked to log into the application. I don't know why, but it looks like the default credentials for the OWASP just shop don't work. I'm gonna try and revert the machine and see if I'm able to get in. So I reverted the machine. Let's see if we can get in the application. Looks like this worked. This is the damn vulnerable web application, which is a well-known purposefully vulnerable web app. Need to make sure we set it up to the level to low, otherwise it will be impossible to run a series of attacks. Well, field here is available, and which one is vulnerable to stored XSS. My go-to payload for stored XSS is this one. Looks like the message field will be vulnerable, and in fact it allows us to insert this fake image here that once we hover over it should give us a session cookie. So I would say message interact. The main doesn't look to be vulnerable, to be honest. So unless it's considered to be vulnerable, and there's a limitation as to the number of characters. I would say C. I don't really understand. I don't think that's what he was talking about. Default, it should be probably. Given the structure of the page that is exemplified here, this should be the parameter, in fact. Looks like we got this room done, but anyway, I would suggest a more thorough study about these topics. Because, for example, I have no idea what the difference is between these two concepts. So basically, this might be helpful to have a better understanding of these two concepts. So the source is any property that can be controlled by the attacker, while the sink is a potentially dangerous JavaScript function or DOM object that can cause undesirable effects if attacker-controlled data is passed to it. So this can be helpful. So that's it. XSS is a very important topic in web app pen testing, so hope this might be helpful. Honestly, this guy, XSS Red, is supposedly top of the class for all concerning XSS courses, so I would recommend getting one of these classes. I think I had a couple of free classes from him. I will surely have a look at them when I get a little bit of downtime. So have a good one, guys. Bye bye.